Hello everyone. In this video you'll see me performing the memorial stair climb in remembrance of 9/11 and all the people who died on that fateful day, be it firefighters, law enforcement, or regular people like myself. The memorial stair climb, for those who don't know, is a challenge that involves climbing 110 flights of stairs on the Stairmaster, equivalent to the World Trade Center. You may choose to do it with weights or without. What matters is that we must not forget the lives that were lost that day as we perform this challenge, and what it means for our country and the world at large. Here, I chose to wear my rucking pack with an added 65 pounds, which is what a standard firefighter gear weighs to my knowledge. Now, when I recorded this video yesterday on September 10th, 2025, I did not imagine for a moment that another tragedy would occur, a tragedy that by all accounts ought to shake the world the same way 9/11 did and wake everyone up to the reality that we're facing in the present day. I didn't think I'll be making this video to honor the memory and legacy of Charlie Kirk, nor did I want to, as well as the people who lost their lives 24 years ago, but here we are, I guess. One thing we should take into consideration is that Charlie Kirk's death took place not even a week after the death of Irina Zarutska, the last person Kirk himself would talk about in relation to the increasing political, racial, and dare I say anti-religious violence that's been taking place, such as the shooting of the Catholic Church that took place not even 2 weeks ago. It's even more tragic that Kirk's death took place the day before this day of remembrance as well. This escalation of tensions only highlights the fact that we're already forgetting the lessons that we should have learned in 2001 when the event that I'm climbing 110 flights for here took place, which is that death is a very serious matter and it can strike any of us at any moment. The 9/11 attacks took place recently enough that a lot of us are old enough to remember it firsthand, but not old enough to have died of old age since. I myself remember exactly where I was when this event took place. As such, we cannot resort to lethal violence on a whim, or else all of us, perpetrators and victims alike, will be dragged into it, leading to war. Instead, yesterday's assassination only shows how desensitized we become to the prospect of death. When we don't consider the implications of violence, namely that dealing in violence could lead to an equally violent response, it would only be in the service of radicalization, which is something we as a Western civilization should not tolerate. Charlie Kirk, much like the victims of the Twin Tower attacks, did not deserve to die. Regardless of what your views are, how much you disagree with his takes on certain topics, all he ever did was engage people on the side opposite of his own in civil conversation, and never lacking in respect no matter how disrespectful or disingenuous his opponents were toward him. Much like the victims of 9/11, Charlie Kirk was an innocent man who only wanted to remind everyone that civil discourse is the cornerstone of Western society upon which the USA and much of the Western world is founded upon. In light of this, we should take a moment to remember what Kirk fought for, what he died for, and how that can relate to the 9/11 attacks. The victims of that horrible day never suspected they'd be at the receiving end of a terroristic and ideologically driven strike that would change the world forever. And now, in the year of 2025, another death has taken place with the potential of acting as a turning point not just for America, but for the world. A turning point in which hopefully people can learn and understand that we cannot stay afraid of violence and that we have to be able to speak our minds. That is how we enact change. Without that, we will lose our identities and become nothing more than beasts of outrage. On that note, I want to dedicate a minute of silence in this video for Charlie Kirk, Irina Zarutska, the innocent children who were killed in the Minneapolis church shooting, and of course the victims of the Twin Tower attacks as I continue to climb these 110 flights. If you stayed with me through this minute of silence, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. To end this video, let me just say that we have to remember what Kirk's message was and what the tragedy of 9/11 means for all of us, both on a personal and global level, and that violence can never be allowed to become the first resort in the face of ideological opposition. Nobody is a threat to us unless we choose to be. Thank you for watching and for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.